Hi, grade 12s. Today we're going to be looking at income tax. Now, you know from grade 10 that we had to pay tax on the money we earned, and that was known as income tax, and we paid PAYE, which was pay as you earn. We said that a company is a legal entity and therefore has to pay income tax, and income tax is paid to SARS. In grade 10, we said that we knew what each employee would be earning for the whole year, and therefore we simply went to the tax tables which SARS supplied our business with, and we deducted the appropriate amount of income tax from our employees' salaries. But a company doesn't know how much profit it's going to make. So there are no tax tables that it can go to. And so a company will pay what is known as provisional tax. So provisional tax is simply paying tax on an estimated amount of profit that we will make. And provisional tax is also paid twice a year. My first provisional income tax payment, you will either be given the amount, but if you are not given the amount, you will look at last year's tax amount and you will pay 50% of last year's tax amount to SARS. So what we're actually doing is we are prepaying our liability of income tax. It also makes it just a little bit easier on the business that at the end of the year they don't have to find a huge amount, because if they pay it every 6 months, it's more manageable. And so when a payment is made to SARS, obviously we are going to credit the bank. Our asset is going to be reduced because we've got less money in the bank, and we are going to debit SARS income tax. And have a look there. I'm reducing a liability which as yet does not exist. So let's have a look at this new account in our nominal section called SARS income tax. I obviously haven't shown the CPR, but you would know that an account in the nominal section is an expense account. It is going to reduce my owner's equity. And so on September the 1st, I pay 30,000 Rand to SARS. The second provisional income tax payment will be made at the year end. So 2 or 3 days before the end of the financial year, we will make another payment to SARS, because we have now got a very good estimate of what our net profit will be for the year. And so we can calculate how much tax we owe to SARS. And so we have estimated the amount of tax due to SARS, and we will now make this payment. So let's have a look. What I'm going to show you now is in blue, and so September the 1st, that was my first provisional tax payment, and here I'm making my second provisional tax payment, and so I have paid SARS 59,000 Rand as my 2 provisional tax payments. We would now submit to SARS a document known as a tax return form. SARS will then assess our tax and send us a statement of how much we owe SARS. And so we now have to bring income tax into account. Nowhere in our books have we recorded how much we actually owe SARS according to SARS tax assessment. And so we are going to debit income tax, expense account, O minus, and we are going to credit SARS, and here we are creating the liability. So let's have a look and see what that looks like in ledger form. Again, please remember what I've got in blue is the transaction I'm dealing with. So here I had my 2 provisional payments of 59,000. we see that SARS have calculated that we owe 62,000, and so I'm going to credit SARS income tax and debit the income tax account. And so we have now brought our tax into account. You will note that I have got a folio of GJ, because obviously bringing income tax into account will require a journal entry. And you know that journal entries are simply a summary of what we've done in the general ledger. And so my journal entry would be debit income tax and credit SARS income tax. And the narration would be income tax brought into account. Now, because it is the year end, we have to do certain things to the accounts without being told to do so. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to balance my SARS income tax account. I owe 3,000 Rand to SARS. Because it's on the credit side, it is a liability, because you know that SARS income tax is a liability, and so I still owe SARS 3,000 Rand. Without being told, you know that all nominal accounts should be closed off to one of my three final accounts, being trading account, profit and loss account, or appropriation. And so income tax is paid out of the net profit, hence it will go to the appropriation account. Tax has been underpaid, and so we have to reflect this in our financial statements. So we can put it into two places depending on how the question is asked. If the question states, compile note number 9, trade and other payables, and you are not asked to show the current liability section of the balance sheet, then include SARS income tax in your note, trade and other payables. Can you see there I've put in SARS income tax? However, if you are asked to show the current liability section of your balance sheet, you can then show SARS income tax under current liabilities. So you would have calculated your trade and other payables amount, and you now simply add your SARS income tax, and you're showing that you still owe SARS money. In this example, tax has been underpaid. Therefore, another payment will have to be made to clear that debt of 3,000 Rand, which we owe to SARS. We won't let it lie over until our next interim payment, because SARS will charge us interest. And so we now have to pay that 3,000 Rand that we owe to SARS early into the new year. And so I'm going to debit SARS income tax and credit the bank. And if we have a look at that in the general ledger, you will see that everything in white is what we've done. And here we are making a payment to SARS income tax. And if we were to balance or square off this account, you would now see that I could draw my squaring off lines, and I now, or when I say I, the company, no longer owes SARS any money. Tax can also be overpaid. How does that happen? Possibly we've done an assessment and we have calculated X amount, and then we have submitted our tax assessment and we see that we have overpaid SARS. And that simply means SARS now owes us money. So let's have a look at what that would look like. So I've got a different SARS account here. And so my two provisional payments are 30,000 plus 35,000, which gives me my 65,000. And when we received our tax assessment from SARS, they said we only owed them 62,000 Rand. So we have overpaid SARS. It's the end of the year, so I have balanced my SARS account, and you will now see that the balance for SARS is on the debit side. How am I going to record this in my financial statements? Well, we're simply going to go to note number 5, trade and other receivables. Now, you know that note number 5 always starts with trade debtors less provision for bad debts equals my net trade debtors plus my accrued income and my prepaid expenses. And now I simply add SARS income tax because SARS now owes me 3,000 Rand. And so I have shown this in my financial statements. Conclusion, how do we deal with SARS income tax? So what you have to know is that provisional tax is paid twice a year. If no amount is given for the first provisional tax payment, we're going to use 50% of last year's income tax. If tax has been underpaid, we are going to show it in trade and other payable note, or alternatively, we can show it under current liabilities. If tax has been overpaid, I'm going to show it in trade and other receivable note. And so I would like you to study that. So what's on the cards for homework? Obviously doing some exercises. I want you to go through the notes on handling income tax. How do I make my provisional payments? How do I get my tax assessment? Have I overpaid? Have I underpaid? And so here we have a look at have we overpaid or underpaid. So please, you need to know this section of work. It is frequently asked in the exams. See you next time.